No, yeah, there we go.
We're live. Hey, everybody, Cindy Ashton here in the amazing
Christina Daves. Hi, we are so excited to bring who's actually now I can call her an old friend because we connected many, many years ago. And I'm so excited to bring her on and share her with you all, the amazing Patty Farmer. Welcome, Patty.
Yay! I'm so excited to be here. So excited to be here.
And just so you all know, like the power of Patty, we had a call this morning with one of our attendees of Captivate and Cash In Live. And when she found out that Patty was our media sponsor and was going to be at the event, I thought she was going to fall off of her chair. She was like, oh my God, Patty Farmer's going to be there. Like, this is the greatest thing ever. So that tells
like
you
literally going on for 5 minutes. It was the most wonderful thing to watch.
Oh, that's so nice.
So we have Patty Farmer in the house coming to Dallas with us. Well, she's from Dallas, but and Patty, you are brilliant at what you do. I mean, brilliant at media, marketing, money, but you come at it from a different angle than Cindy and I do. So I'd love for you to share, how and why you do what you do.
Well, I think that the thing for me is I feel like there's so many different ways to be in the marketplace, right? And you need to be able to disrupt that marketplace. And I think that right now, so many people feel like they just have to kind of do what everybody else has done, right? Sort of like there's, everybody is saying, oh, well, if you know somebody who has what you have, they're doing what you do, like you should do what they do.
Oh, I disagree.
I disagree. I feel like don't do what they do. Think like they think. Right? Think like they think, learn from that and apply it to yourself. You're not trying to reinvent ice cream. You're just trying to do your own flavor, right? I mean, some people still like, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. That's awesome. But I mean, if you're, bubblegum flavor or Rocky Road or whatever, like that should shine. Don't be what everybody else is. And I feel like right now, what people are listening for in the marketplace right now are the people who are talking differently. It is totally okay when you're creating or curating content, right? To be able to say, you know what, this is my point of view. My point of view is this. That's what they want to know. If people are going to hire you, they want to know is what's different about you. Like, not that you're vanilla. What is different about you, and how is your difference going to make me stand out in the market, right?
Right. I call it the peanut butter chocolate fudge. I said, that's what you need to be. I actually wrote an article about that in a magazine, right? Everybody's vanilla. We're all experts in our space, but what makes us different? And that's where the money is. That's where and it's not about money. It's about you're giving and helping people and creating things. But that's how you can do that, by that niche, that unique thing that you do that nobody else does.
And I really do think that is true, because I know, like, I'm in the marketing space, and how many marketing people do we know? Like 1 million, right?
Right.
People are like, say, well, what is your different, like, how do you approach it differently? And like, I approach it differently because I feel what's important is lifestyle. And so I approach it from that. So everybody who works with me knows, guess what? First, we're going to design your lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you design that, now I'm going to help you to build a business that supports that lifestyle, not the other way around, because we all know that, guess what? You can own a business and it can still own you if you don't do it right. You know what I mean?
And it's so interesting that you say that, because I meet so many people who are selling, be a six-figure earner. And I'm like, do you know how many people I know that are multiple six-figure earners that have very little profit and they're freaking exhausted all the time? They have no idea how to run a team and their business is running that. But I'm a six-figure earner. It's like, I would rather that you were a five-figure earner that's profitable and you're at peace and you're serving. But a lot of people don't. People are reaching for this multiple 6, multiple 7, and I'm like, go for it. But why are you doing it? And what's the lifestyle? So, Patty, the fact that you are looking at people's lifestyle as a marketer first makes all the difference. Like, Christina and I hear from people all the time, oh, you should be running Facebook ads and doing funnels. Do you know how exhausting it is to be serving that low-hanging fruit and selling a $27 product, and the constant emails and complaints? And then I'm like, you pay $27. Like, really? Like, We're not going to go with that model. ever.
And you know what's kind of funny about that? And Christina
Yeah.
will attest to this because she has known me for a long time, that I come from a networking background, right? Like that
Yeah.
is how I have built my business.
Nice.
But for me, I feel like the word has changed. It isn't about networking anymore. It's about next working. What happens next? Like that's what we really need to be focusing on. And one of the things that I tell people all the time is like, you know, it's great to have a network. It is, you know, I have a huge network. But what's more important is to have a community, and how every single time you connect with someone, that's not a connection. Just because somebody sends you a connection request on LinkedIn is not a connection. It's a contact, right? That's just a contact. So I always like to tell everybody all the time, the only difference between a contact and a contract, right, is the R. And that R stands for relationship. So like that's the currency in today's business environment. So the number one thing I'm telling my clients all the time is like, where are you spending your time? Because to me, business right now, I always love visuals. Business is like an ATM. And all those little numbers that we push on that ATM, picture people's faces there, because it isn't about B2B or B2C. Look next to you. Are you sitting next to a B or a C? You're sitting next to a person, and people do business with people. So in this day and age where relationships are the currency in today's business environment, my question to everybody is, are you making more deposits or more withdrawals? Like, which is it? You have to be figuring out what that is, because we make money in two ways. We make money in a lot of ways, but the two primarily ways is revenue, right? Money. And we make money by opportunity. And this is where media comes in, because opportunity doesn't make an appointment. Like you have to be prepared and ready when that opportunity happens. And that's
prepared and ready. Listen to that. Prepared and ready. And most people are not.
That's right. And so I feel like that is where media really comes in, because I got to tell you, I have probably gotten more business for my clients newsjacking, because we were prepared and ready, that we were able to do that. We were able to, like, I've been able to get my clients all the way to Capitol Hill on all kinds of radio and TV because of that. But prepared and ready is really, really important. Revenue's great, but I don't know about you, but I got into business because there are things that feed my soul. Yeah. And I want to do more of that. So if I do my revenue generating things correctly and I'm prepared for that, I have more time to do the things that feed my soul. So you have to know which is which and when you should be doing what, and making sure that the opportunities line up and you're prepared and ready with media all the time.
Love it.
Right. Absolutely. We were just talking to one of our attendees too, who's coming. And when you said that about feeding your soul, and he's a financial advisor, and that's the thing. He's like, it's not about money. It's about what's inside. Like what drives you, what makes you happy. He said, really, wealth is not about money. And it's fascinating to hear his perspective, but it's just like you're saying, if you're not doing what you love, and I have kids who are 23 and 21, and my daughter says, oh, you're going to make me get a job right out of college. I said, I absolutely am not. I said, I want you to go find what you love to do, because that's what you're going to do more hours out of the day than you're going to be with your friends or your family. And if you're not happy, it's a job. Like, it's not worth it. So you've got to do, if there are other things you want to do. And I love when you said, Patty, build your lifestyle around your business, reverse engineer it. That's what we should all be doing. It's so important, because we all live so much happier lives when we do that.
I think that is so true. I just think that people aren't prepared. I just think they don't always get prepared, and they don't realize they should be. And, really honestly, when people think opportunity, when we talk, shorten it to OP, right? I had a really great OP. Really, for me, OP stands for other people's people. Right. And that's the name of the game.
Other people's people. I freaking
other people's people. How do you get in front of other people's people? Like, even if you're doing a podcast, well, guess what? You know what the difference between, for me, the difference between serving and selling is? Your intention, right? That it's all about what is your intention. So when you get on a podcast, just as an example, and you're on a podcast, you don't really know who their audience is other than the demographic, if you're lucky, right? If you've done your due diligence like you should, right? If you get on there to serve versus get on there to sell, totally different results. So you have to have the right intention and match that up with the right opportunities, and then be ready. And that is where the magic happens, right?
So Yeah, no, we're all so in alignment. And Brian says, opportunity doesn't make appointments. So true. Love it. Yay. Brian is brilliant. He's another brilliant soul. You know, Patty, when you talk about being prepared, this is a piece where Christine and I miss people are missing out, because our ideal clientele and the VIPs coming to Captivate and Cash In are already doing several 100,000, if not several 100 million. We've got a company coming that makes $6 million a year. And interestingly enough, even though they're super established and they're profitable and they're living the lifestyle and they love what they're doing and they're serving, because our clients only serve, we are finding that they are still missing out on opportunities because there is not an alignment in some of their marketing materials. There is not an alignment in how they're using their brand voice. Because here's the deal. People like us, we're working on the marketing level on a whole other level. We're working on the level of being in alignment, understanding the values, understanding our brand feel, because that's where because when you're prepared with all that and understand your differentiation and willing to own it, really willing to own it, because most people aren't willing to really stand in it. I piss people off all the time with me as with what I do, because I am so strong in my beliefs of my approach, and I don't need to be right. I only need to be right for the people who are aligned with my beliefs.
Exactly.
That's the thing. You gotta, if you were so worried about the haters, you're gonna be broke and not serving and not living your dream. Period. But you know, it's the nuance for the people that are established like us and the people that are coming to Captivate and Cash In Live.com. It's because we're already established, but it's those nuances, because when you get those nuances of that we just talked about, suddenly, like you said, opportunity just shows up. I have a huge opportunity, which I will talk about very soon publicly, where I was literally sitting at the pool at my condo building, chatting with somebody. And because we were chatting for 3 hours, and we were talking about social issues and social justice. We really connected on our values. And we really connected on that level because we were both willing to stand in what we believed in. And then she started to learn about what I did. And then she's like, can I hear you sing? And then I played her something. And next thing you know, I got a massive offer for something huge, which I will announce soon. And I didn't have to audition for it. I didn't have to go and pound 42nd Street like everybody else. And this happens to you a lot. It happens to Christina a lot. It happens to all of us, because that's the magic that happens. People are working so hard, but when you stand in who you are and you know your value and you know that you're serving and not selling, it makes, I'm not really on my soapbox now. It makes all the difference. People don't get it. It's not that you're not going to work hard, but you're going to work smarter because you're in alignment and you're prepared, as Patty said. I freaking love it. There's my tirade of the day.
Well, I love it.
The mic.
Yay!
Saw the thunder happening outside. It got me revved up.
You know, to add to that, what I want to say too, though, is people really aren't looking for somebody who is just following the flow anymore, right?
Right.
There's kind of like, here's a perfect example for the people who are listening. So say you've created content or you're posting something about something you really love. Somebody wrote a blog. I mean, I have to tell you, Christina wrote an article for my magazine about the 4 seasons of PR. Love, love, love it. I refer to it all the time. I talk to it all the time. I share it with my clients all the time. It was such a great article. Well, here's the thing. You could post that and maybe somebody's going to be like, oh yeah, that's really great. However, as soon as you post it and you say, and you curate it and you say, you know what, I really love this, especially what she said about this. Well, I'm not really using this. Maybe I should check this out. Or maybe you say something like, not sure if I agree with this, whatever it is. And you put that in there. Now everybody has to look at it, because now everybody wants to know. If you're an authority, right, and you're doing that properly, people want to know, well, why did you agree with it? Why did you not agree with it? Why do you want to work on that some more? Why do all that? If you had just posted it, they might not have done anything. And then when you give your opinion, I mean, nobody's saying you have to be polarizing all the time. Controversy sells, they say, right? But just make it be your opinion. Sometimes when I give my opinion on something and it's not exactly what everybody else is saying, I stand in that. But then I soften it a little. I have a hashtag that I use called my 2 cents. And after I get on my bandwagon to say it, then I just put that, I soften it like, you know, hey, it's just my 2 cents, right? You know, it is. So I don't sound like I'm, you know, hey, I'm the end all be all, right? But just so that you know, there is another point of view. And we all stand for something. We all have opinions. And I find that right now people are so afraid to give their point of view. Like they feel like, oh, I have that. I can't say it. They don't use their voice. Well, why not? Like, this is where you get to stand apart from everybody. And then somebody could be needing somebody just like you. Actually, there are people out there who are probably praying whatever it is that you do. That's just what they're looking for. And if you just stay vanilla and you're not willing to show us and talk about how you're different, like, we don't know that, oh my gosh, I get you. You're my vibe. Like, you're the person I need to hire. Don't be afraid. Step out, stand out, and get out there. And the media is what's going to help you to do it.
And Cindy knows too. I talk about this all the time. You have to niche. People say, no, I can sell to everybody. Of course you can. But when you start to hone in, who's the person you want to work with most in the world? Think of your favorite client ever. If you start talking to that person in your marketing, in your social media, guess who's going to come to you? And then you're working with all your ideal people all the time. Because we don't want to work with yucky people. Cindy and I've talked about it many times. I fired the biggest client I ever had. He was not a nice man. And people said, how could you do that? That was so much money. I'm like, because I was miserable. He was so mean. It's not worth it. I'm a pretty happy person. You go into business because you want to have joy, right? You want joy in your life. And I only want clients and things in my business that bring me joy. So I say kudos to you for doing that, but you really do need to know who that is, because in marketing, so a myth, I'm going to debunk a myth, which is people think that in marketing, like, you need to know who your target market is. Well, of course you do. That's just like step one. That's like so teeny bitty, knowing who your target market is. And whenever I say to someone, I'm like, well, do you know who your target buyer is? And I especially get this for speakers and people who have events too. They're like, oh, I just want butts and seats. I'm like, why would you want butts and seats? Like, that's like, right.
That's a miserable situation.
Right. And so I'm like, well, no, I want my target buyers. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, because your target market is somebody who has a problem that you have a solution. There's a million of them. But really what you want is somebody who has a problem and you have a solution and they're actively looking for that solution. Now that's a game changer, right? So I think that really, honestly, people need to broaden that. That's what I love about this event that you're going to do, because they're not just going to come and learn. Learning is great. Implementing's better, right?
Yeah, like a million times better.
And the fact that they're going to do it right there at this event, I mean, that's amazing.
We're so excited. I mean, it's a get shit done event. People are.
I love that. I was like, let's say that. I just want to say it. I just want to say it.
You know what?
We tell the funniest story. When we first said this, I said to my husband, we're going to brand it as a get shit done event. He goes, you can't do that. You're going to upset people. And then I was like, no, then I don't want them there. If they're not ready to come and do it and get shit done, don't come. But if you're ready and you want to, like, pitch the media, write video scripts, film videos, connect with influencers, do amazing social media posts, like, just really elevate your business, and you want to actually do it, you got to work. We're going to work when we're there, but we're going to have a ton of fun. Then come. It's going to be amazing.
And I think it's important for people to know, like, people know, oh, I want to be more visible, but they don't always know what the right visibility is, right? I mean, visibility, and there's really what the right visibility really is, and I think that now, especially everything we've been through, vulnerability with visibility really is good. It's okay to, nobody says you need to, put all your dirty laundry out there. Nobody's saying you need to do that, but there is a place here, because people are looking at people, and you really don't want them to look at you and think, well, I'd really like to work with you, but, like, I don't want you to see all my stuff because, like, you're here. Like, we don't want that barrier between us and the people that we want to serve, right? And the way that we remove that barrier is by being a little bit vulnerable, so that they know that I'm going to help you shorten your learning curve. And part of that is because I've been through it myself. Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So Lisa Jo's so sweet. So she's like, I'm going to miss, she's moving. She's like, she's going to catch us in the future. And then she says, I feel the synergy of your team. We love you, Lisa Jo. Sweet. She's brilliant. Oh my God. She's so amazing. She's one of us. I adore her. But this is just such amazing. So Patty, tell us a little bit about your connection, because you're our media partner on this. Tell us a little bit more about Marketing, Media, and Money magazine and podcast, because a lot of people have a podcast and magazine, but you have like hundreds of thousands of people that are listening and reading. And so, I mean, you really built out a media platform that actually gets results and gets hundreds of thousands, if not millions of viewers and listeners. So tell us a little bit about that and your partnership with us at CaptivatingCashInLive.com.
Absolutely. So I have to tell you, Marketing, Media, Money is really like the concept for me. When I did it, was like, I wanted a place. So it was really passionate for me, because I wanted a place where I could highlight, spotlight, bring in, like I have a huge community, right? I wanted to bring in them, but here was the caveat. I wanted them to be willing to share what is working now in their business to help people to scale their business. Not 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Like, this isn't like, I don't want to hear, there's a lot of people that we know that made a lot of money in business, but their things just really wouldn't apply right now in the world we're in now. So what I wanted was like, tell me now, what are your ninja secrets of what's working now that's going to help people scale their business? And then the other thing that really was about that is I can't serve everybody, and I knew it. And so this was a really great way for me to have a resource of like, listen, maybe you're not my person, but there is somebody in my magazine that is going to help you, or I'm going to interview them on my podcast. So I really wanted to really drill down to how could I serve them and be a resource, even if it wasn't me, right? That's okay if it's not me, right? I have a community out there, and I have to tell you, they do show up so generously. So that's really important. So I have to tell you, Christina has wrote for me several times, and she's been on my podcast as well. And I reach out to her whenever this comes up. I actually have both her books and have applied both her books myself and refer back to her. Like I said, her 4 seasons of PR was brilliant, actually beyond brilliant. And I have to say, when she contacted me and said, hey, how would you like to be, a media partner for this event? Like, I immediately could say yes, because I could see that this was also something that not just I could get behind, but that I truly am passionate and believe in. And I love the way you guys are doing it. Like, you're doing it in a way that I think serves at such a high level. The get shit done thing is really, really great. But I love being a media partner. I'm very careful about who I partner with, as I'm sure you guys do, right? It has to be the right fit. There has to be that alignment we talked about. But you guys stand for everything that I believe in too. And you do it in a way that it is the highest level. And I love that. And I really love Charmaine too. So I got to plug her there. I love Charmaine. She's written for my magazine many times and has great star cover too. So she's one of our cover girls.
So people can go to your podcast and they can read all about you and read your magazine at pattyfarmer.com.
Yes.
I love it. Christina, do you have any further questions for Patty? So you will be there in person at Captivating. So not only are you a media partner, our VIPs are actually getting media through you as part of this, in addition to all the other media that we have promised them that is guaranteed in their package, which is awesome. But in addition to that, you're actually going to be there in person. So one of the questions that comes out is that there are happy people that said, I don't want to do virtual. I really want to be in person, but I can't do the VIP. I'm not ready for that yet. Well, we have open, because COVID protocols have really lessened, we do have the in-person tickets available now as well. So if people want to come and hang out with you and me and Christina and the multiple Emmy Award journalist, Jeff, who's going to be, it's come and join us at Captivating Cash in Live.
And you can see how much fun we're going to have.
Oh, we're not fun at all.
So fun.
And if anybody has any questions for us, you're like, Cindy, Christina, I want to know more, just book a consultation with us at visibilityconsultation.com.
Awesome. Well, Patty, you are just such a dear friend, and I appreciate you. I know, being involved in our event, and I can't wait to meet you, touch you in person, because we can hug in August. But yeah, thank you for everything and sharing us with your community and being a part of our community. It means so much to us.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I can't wait to meet you both in person, right? And be able to give you that hug and just to really just the whole vibe of what this whole event's going to be. It is going to be the place. If you can get there, this is a must attend event. However you can get there, you want to be there.
Woohoo.
Awesome.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Thank
everybody,
y'all.
for watching. We will see you in August at CaptivatingCashInLive.com.